Who could possibly hate the Wizard of Oz? It seems almost un-American. But there are some folks in Kansas, that's right, Kansas, Dorothy's home state, who actually wish this classic had never been made. The argument is the film makes Kansas look bad, doesn't show America's heartland in a good light. Andrea Austin now with the inside story on a bitter Kansas grudge against one of America's favorite films.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Just a few words that would change the face of Kansas forever.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Like Dorothy, the 1939 movie classic made it somewhere over the rainbow and into the hearts of Wizard of Oz fans around the world, proving it would not only live on after 50 years, it would thrive.
It's beautiful color and it's a simple story. Everybody understands it and it's exciting, it's suspenseful, whether Dorothy will get back to the farm or not, and the witch, you know, it's a lot of oohing and ahhing, but it's the truth and it's simple.
Not that simple, though. A lot of Kansans would rather forget the movie that put their state on the map, the movie that showed their beloved Kansas only in black and white.
It's not a place you can get to by a boat or a train. It's far, far away.
If it had really intended to give Kansas an equal shake, it would have been all in Technicolor. And then I think that if Dorothy were going home to Kansas, she would have been going home in full color.
We must be over the rainbow.
Not to black and white, dull, tornado-ridden. And surely Kansas has tornadoes, but it doesn't have nearly that many tornadoes.
Tornadoes, flatlands, and black and white movies. The thorns in the side of rural Kansas. But perhaps not for long.
Relax, Kansas. The Wizard of Oz author Frank Baum probably wasn't even writing about the Sunflower State anyway. At least one man says he's certain the Wizard of Oz is set in another Midwestern state, a state which also has plenty of fields as well as its share of tornadoes. But think about it. How would it have sounded if Dorothy said, "Toto, we're not in North Dakota anymore"?
That's right, North Dakota. Edgeley, North Dakota, to be exact. It was home to Oz author L. Frank Baum's in-laws.
Well, it really doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of wizards in this area. I think the Tin Man did travel through here one time. As you notice, we've got a number of tin buildings around this area.
I've been getting phone calls from all over the country. What do you mean, not Kansas? What do you mean, North Dakota?
Writer Michael Hearn was the first to let the cat out of the bag, the first to reveal what may well be the truth about the Wizard of Oz. He says Baum picked Kansas so he wouldn't embarrass his relatives in North Dakota.
He wasn't trying to malign Kansas, but what he was writing was an American fairy tale, and what's more American than Kansas?
But critics of the Wizard of Oz say it tainted the state's image. They fear the rest of the country thinks of Kansas the way they saw it in the movie. And indeed, that's usually the case.
It's about the same. It's just that the movie is in black and white and this is in color. It's flat and it's windy, and you'd think that the weatherman could have come up with a tornado for us.
I knew it would be just real flat, you know, and you can just see for miles and miles and miles.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
But a few brave Kansans admit they like the movie image and the fact that their state is mentioned 23 times.
A lot of people really don't see the true significance of the movie. The movie was, I want to come home. And where does she want to come home to? Kansas.
Just about everywhere I go, the first thing people say to me, "Oh, you're from Wizard of Oz country."
Tourism director Bob Salmon travels the country promoting the state of Kansas. At one time, he even suggested a Wizard of Oz theme park, but other Kansans quickly shot it down. Again, that nasty image problem.
Yeah, we have tornadoes here, but they have them in Huntsville, Alabama, and other places too, I understand.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
And in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
And 50 years after that Munchkin welcome, the movie still maintains astonishing popularity.
We didn't know it was going to be this big. It'd go on. It's getting bigger all the time. I'm in Oz. Still in Oz. I can't believe it. Can't believe how it happened.
Come on.
Yeah, it's sad, believe me.
Even the movie's greatest critics still have a soft spot for Dorothy.
I can't argue with Dorothy, and I certainly wouldn't pick a fight with Toto, but it's a wholesome image, and I think that's one of the redeeming graces as far as Kansas is concerned.
Oh, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the Wizard of a Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was.
Offended Kansans, take heart. Dorothy was probably skipping away from North Dakota. And for the folks in that state, don't be dismayed. Keep in mind where she finally ended up.
Oh, Auntie Em, there's no place like home.
And there are some other people Kansas is famous for, like Don Johnson, Kirstie Alley, Dwight Eisenhower, to name three.